Hello, it's Don here from Operation Alpha, again with tip number 4 in this 30-day series. And I have a question from my friend Greg Fearon, and he wants to know if a low-carb diet will give you a six-pack. And yeah, what an interesting question this is, because it's a real can of worms. The whole low-carb ethos slash dogma, which is what it has become in many ways, a little bit of almost a food religion. It's a hot potato, no pun intended. Yeah, to sum up, the low carb diet, in my opinion, it is something that is appropriate for certain people, specific people, at a specific time and for a specific length of time. So yeah, the word specific 3 times there gives you an idea of kind of how I think it should be applied, and the science would back me up in this. I know it's very easy to say that, but you know, I think most people who really value genuine scientific evidence will and common sense as well will back me up on this. However, as we know, it's become this you know, almost accepted, well, definitely accepted in the mainstream, a very widespread popular belief that eating carbs makes you fat. Carbs and sugar are the main cause of obesity. And that it gives you it can cause diabetes and the rest of it. It couldn't possibly be that people are just eating too much and moving too little. No, it has to be, you know, there has to be this culprit, which is the carbohydrate and sugar. So I'm rambling on a little bit, but basically I would say, for, you know, it's almost the other opposite ends of the scale. You know, with an obese individual, somebody who's pretty obese, generally speaking, they're probably not processing their carbohydrates very well. So certainly a low carb, or certainly a carb controlled approach for, again, a specific period of time is probably good for that individual, because it will help them to get into a position where they're processing their carbohydrates a little bit better. A little bit more efficiently, and it's going to help them lose fat. And then at the other end of the scale, when you've got like a, you know, physique kinds of competitor, somebody who's at very, very low fat, and they just want to eke out that little bit extra, at that time a kind of a very hardcore low diet can be a way of breaking the plateau and continuing the fat gain to eke out that last couple of percent. Then obviously there's certain people just with their unique physiological makeup, diabetics, you know, they may have some medical conditions that means that a low carb diet is certainly more appropriate for them. Now, if you think about that's a very small percentage actually of people. So the overwhelming vast majority of people, I would suggest, do not need to go on a low carb diet, and nor should they. To function properly, I mean, your brain runs on glucose. You know, it can get into a ketogenic state where it metabolizes fat a little bit more effectively for energy, but that is actually a survival mechanism. It's not the optimal way for the body to function. So it was a very long answer because it's a very tricky subject. So in short, can a low carb diet give you a six-pack? Yes, it can, depending on where you're at, depending on who the individual is, where they are at in their training, the history of the training, the stage that their progress is at, and also it would only be at a specific time and for a specific length of time. And maybe if somebody is obese as well, you would probably start them off on a low carb protocol to begin with. So there you go, 5-minute video. I hope that's been useful. Keep getting the questions in. Really enjoying these videos, and please comment or private message me if you'd like to know more about this subject. Thank you. Bye.